The morning air in Seoul was calm, golden, and almost poetic, until one quiet update from Korea's most beloved couple sent the entire nation into an emotional storm. For the first time since their marriage, Hyun and Son Ye-jin opened a small window into their private world, revealing something that melted millions of hearts. Their son, Alkong, has shown an extraordinary gift for music. It wasn't a press conference or a grand statement. It was a simple moment captured in warmth, a few photos, a few words, and a melody playing softly in the background. Yet somehow, it was enough to make the world pause. He has music in his soul, Son Ye-jin wrote in her gentle, elegant tone. Within hours, the phrase was trending everywhere. Fans called it the sweetest breaking news in years. Those who have followed a Bin-jin couple's story since crash landing on you know how cinematic their lives have always seemed. But this time, it wasn't about fame or glamour. It was about something real, something as simple as a child finding rhythm before words. Sources close to the couple revealed that it all began one rainy afternoon when Hyun sat at the piano, playing a slow, tender tune from one of his films. As the melody lingered in the air, little Alkong, barely able to stand steady on his feet, tapping the floor in perfect rhythm. At first, they thought it was coincidence. But the second time, the rhythm matched. The third time, it continued until the music ended. Hyun lifted his gaze, his eyes widening in disbelief. Son Ye-jin stood by the window, one hand over her heart, the other trembling slightly. They didn't say a word, but their smiles told the whole story. A small miracle had just unfolded in their living room. That evening, Son Ye-jin recorded a short clip on her phone, Hyun's hands gliding across the piano keys while Alkong sat beside him, his tiny fingers pressing random notes that somehow seemed to fit. The clip, meant only for close friends, never intended to be shared publicly. But when it leaked through a friend's private post, it became the most heartwarming 20 seconds on the internet. Fans all over Asia reposted it with captions like "A family in harmony," literally. The video spread like wildfire. Journalists described Alkong's expression as pure wonder. Some said the child didn't just imitate music, he felt it. The tenderness of his gaze, the movement of his hands, it wasn't performance, it was instinct. He was born from love. One fan commented. And now, love itself is making music. Behind closed doors, the couple was both amused and humbled. Hyun, known for his calm composure, reportedly said to Ye-jin, "Maybe he doesn't need words to talk. Maybe this is how he speaks to us." She smiled, answering, "Then we must learn to listen differently." Those words, shared by a close friend, quickly became a quote that fans couldn't stop sharing, proof of the quiet poetry that still defines the couple's life together. In another rare detail, Ye-jin mentioned how Alkong would react to music from Crash Landing on You, the very drama that brought his parents together. Whenever the familiar OST played, he would stop whatever he was doing and turn toward the sound, eyes sparkling with recognition. "It's like he knows it belongs to us," Ye-jin said, laughing softly. Maybe he heard it before he was even born. Neighbors described hearing faint music from the Bin family's home during the evenings, a mix of Hyun's slow piano notes and Ye-jin's soft humming. "Sometimes you can hear a baby giggle between the melodies," one neighbor told a reporter. "It feels like happiness lives there." The imagery captured the public's imagination, a world-class actor, his award-winning wife, and their little boy making music together not for the cameras, but for themselves. As the story spread, fan communities began creating artwork, illustrations of a small piano under a warm light, with three silhouettes side by side. Wrote letters to the couple, thanking them for reminding the world that love doesn't need to be loud. In a time of chaos, a silence that sings, one letter read. What truly moved fans was the simplicity. There was no luxury backdrop, no expensive set. Just three souls connected by sound. Hyun, once known for his stoic charisma, was now seen as a gentle father. Son Ye-jin, the nation's eternal first love, had become the soft rhythm that held their family together. Kong, barely 3 years old, was the unexpected melody born from two beating hearts. Late one night, Ye-jin posted a short caption beneath a photo of a piano and three small hands. "Sometimes, when he taps the keys, we hear more than notes. We hear the echo of everything we've ever dreamed." The post gained over 1 million likes in hours. The couple. It wasn't about numbers, it was about preserving that fleeting, precious moment before their child grew up. Hyun Bin later told a close friend, "The world sees us as actors. But here, in this home, just three people learning the same song. And so, behind the glimmer of their celebrity lives, a quiet rhythm continues to play, a song without lyrics, composed not by fame, love itself. In that small house in Seoul, the piano sits by the window. A child's laughter fills the air. Parents find themselves smiling at a melody only they can truly understand. Somewhere between the echo of a piano and the giggle of a boy named Alkong, the Bin family discovered something greater than success or beauty. They found harmony. And on nights when the world outside falls asleep, you can almost imagine the sound, a soft lullaby, a heartbeat, and three souls breathing in time. In the gentle, unseen space, Hyun Bin, Sun Yejin, and Alkong are no longer stars of a love story. They are the song itself. The story of Hyun Bin, Sun Yejin. Our little son Alkong is no longer just a chapter of celebrity life. It has quietly become a lullaby that many in Korea now hum in their hearts. Days after their tender revelation, a sense of calm nostalgia still lingered across social media. The world seemed to breathe slower, softer, in rhythm with the melody of their home. In a recent private interview, Sun Yejin appeared serene yet glowing. Her voice was gentle but sure, each word wrapped in sincerity. "We never planned to raise a musician," she said, pausing to smile. "But somehow, music became the language we all understand." Who have seen them together say the atmosphere of their house feels like an old song playing on repeat, familiar, comforting, timeless. Hyun Bin, his sharp charisma on screen, now spends evenings on the floor with his son, surrounded by scattered toy instruments and building blocks. Meanwhile, Jin hums from the kitchen, sometimes stopping mid-sentence when Alkong echoes a note she just sang. They call it their family symphony. Neighbors often hear the faint clinking of piano keys at twilight. It's not a practice melody, even a song one could recognize, just fragments of notes, laughter, and footsteps blending together. "That's how our evenings sound," Hyun Bin once said in a soft laugh. "A bit chaotic, a bit out of tune, but somehow, it feels perfect." As weeks went by, Yejin began documenting small details of their daily life, snippets she described as unseen verses of our song. One photo showed a set of baby hands resting gently on black piano keys. Another captured the reflection of Hyun Bin smiling quietly while Alkong sat on his lap, pretending to play. These were not publicity photos, but intimate moments frozen in time. Fans couldn't help but notice something else, the presence of peace. There was no glamour, no extravagance, only a shared calm, a steady rhythm pulsing through their home. They've found the rare kind of love that hums rather than shouts. One columnist wrote, "You can almost hear it in the silence between their smiles." Music has become the invisible bridge between them. Every morning, Alkong wakes before sunrise and toddles toward the piano. Sometimes he taps a few keys. Sometimes he only lays his palms flat, eyes half closed as if feeling the vibrations rather than hearing them. Hyun Bin would sit beside him, watching quietly, and Yejin would whisper, "He's dreaming in music again." It's in these moments that both parents realize how their son has changed them. Hyun Bin, once cautious about revealing emotions, now describes fatherhood as a constant song of discovery. Yejin says she's learned to find beauty in unfinished things, the half-played tunes, the broken notes, the laughter that interrupts a melody. Perfection doesn't exist, she said, but harmony does. Sometimes, when Hyun Bin plays an old tune from his drama days, Alkong joins in, pressing random keys. The result is far from melodic, but Yejin insists those are her favorite sounds. "It's like he's remixing our past into something new," she jokes. "He's the producer of our memories." This story soon became a beacon of warmth in a world often consumed by noise and chaos. Fan messages flooded their agencies, not requests for autographs or selfies, but letters saying thank you for showing that even in fame, simplicity still survives. "You remind us that love can be quiet and still feel grand," one letter read. Another fan wrote, "Maybe that's what happiness sounds like, just a piano, a laugh, and a home full of light." International media picked up the story, calling it the softest news in the hardest times. Headlines spoke of the Bin family as a symbol of tenderness in a restless world. A Japanese magazine described them as the couple who turned silence into a song. In France, an entertainment writer compared their story to a melody that never resolves, yet never ends. As the months passed, began recording short clips for a private family album. In one, Hyun plays a gentle melody on a digital piano while Alkong hums, his voice pure and unsure. Yejin laughs behind the camera. "It's off-key," she says teasingly. "But it's the most beautiful sound I've ever heard." That one clip, leaked accidentally by a friend, came another viral wave of emotion online. Fans named it a Binjin lullaby. In interviews that followed, Hyun explained that music had taught him a new way to listen, not just to notes, but to people. "When you play piano, silence is as important as sound," he said. "Family is the same. You must know when to speak, when to stay quiet, and when to simply be present." Yejin added softly, "He's right. Before Alkong, we were two melodies. Now, we're harmony." There's a photograph circulating quietly among their closest friends. Shows a sunset spilling through the curtains of their home. The piano standing near the window. Hyun is seated, his back slightly bent as he plays. Yejin leans over his shoulder, eyes soft, while Alkong reaches for a single white key. Caption beneath the image reads, "Every evening ends like this." That image became the visual metaphor of their story, a trio framed in golden light, neither performing nor posing, simply existing in rhythm. On social media, fans coined a phrase that spread like wildfire: "Binjin isn't a couple anymore, they're a chord." The meaning was simple yet profound. Some people don't just fall in love, they create resonance. In a world where celebrity stories often end in scandal or distance, the Binjin family stands apart, not because of perfection, but because of gentleness. Their lives are no longer headlines, they are verses in a living song. A few weeks after the news broke, Hyun posted a rare note to her fans. "Every morning, our home sings before we do. The piano plays first. Laughter follows. We used to chase scripts. Now we chase sunlight." Her words, poetic as always, carried a sense of gratitude, an awareness that some miracles arrive quietly. And so, as the curtain falls on this tender story, we return to the heart of it all, a small boy named Alkong, his fingers brushing over piano keys. After echoing softly between two people who once met on a film set and ended up creating the most beautiful melody of all, family. Outside their home, the city hums as usual. Aware that somewhere behind a softly lit window, three heartbeats continue to find each other in perfect time. No soundtrack, no applause, no ending credits. Only a gentle rhythm, a reminder that love, when true, doesn't fade. It plays forever.